Hello traders, I'm Luke from Disciplined Trader. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great New Year's break and a good Christmas as well. And yeah, we're back in January now, start of a new year. I know the uploads on this channel have been a little bit dry or very dry, but new year, hopefully I'll have a little bit more time start this year and hopefully progressing through the year where I can get some more videos out. I've got various ideas that I'd like to do. So yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. But the video today is the new journal. I've basically took the journals that we were using before and just made the improvements that people have been asking for. So I'm going to run through what's changed and then basically show you just sort of a brief overview of how to use each journal, and then I'll show you how to download them. So first things first, the main differences between the old journals and the new journals is that they will only be 3 versions. There's going to be a spread betting version, a lots version, and a shares version. Essentially, what I'd done before was 3 versions for each currency. That's going to change now, so there's just going to be the 3 base different versions, and you can actually change the currency on these journals yourself. So doesn't matter what currency you're trading in, you will be able to change it to your heart's content. All you need to do is select the cells that have a currency format, right click on them, format cells, and then just choose the currency that you want to use from the drop down that pops up under the currency tab, and you're good to go. So yeah, these are going to come as standard with the GBP, Great British Pound, but if you trade dollars, euros, yen, whatever you trade, you can change that to whatever you need. So that's essentially the main differences between each one. One thing I want to mention before I start going through each journal is that I get so many questions in relation to these journals. Some improvements, some questions. Now some of these emails that I get can be really basic, and I don't want to be sort of miserable about it, but some of the questions are really basic to the point where it would be much better if you just went away and found out the answer to these questions yourself some of the time. Basic questions like what is pound per point or what is spread betting, it doesn't really fall under why I gave the email address out for the journals. If you have any troubles using them or questions about maybe it's not working right or whatever, then by all means email me. Or if if you're really stuck or have improvements, absolutely fine. But because I get so many of these emails, when I get basic ones as well, basic questions around trading, it makes it really difficult to reply to everybody in a timely fashion. So if you can, please don't send me emails about really basic trading questions. There's loads of information available on the internet. Probably on my channel you will find the majority of your answers. If not, there's a vast amount of trading information out there for free, and the most basic stuff that I get asked is definitely out there. So please just give it sort of a 5-minute Google, see if you can find the answers to your questions before sending me an email about it. Rant over. The last thing to mention about the journals is that they are still password protected, and I will show you what's changed in that respect as we go through the journal. So essentially most things. The only thing you won't be able to change now is the individual formulas within the cells. They are still, as you can see, password protected. Everything else you can change. You can insert columns, rows, hyperlinks, change titles, colors, format cells. You can basically do it all now. So if you want to add your own things in, go for it. It shouldn't affect how the journal works. Fingers crossed. Obviously, someone will probably find something that breaks it somewhere, and if you do, by all means, just fire me a copy over and I'll see if I can fix it for you. But yes, everything you can change now except for the formulas. And the reason for that is that I want to sort of serve as a duty of care to the people that use this journal. I don't want it to be giving you wrong figures that essentially could lead to you making a wrong decision or risking too much money and effectively possibly losing a vast amount of your trading account based on wrong formulas. So if anyone is asking for the password, the answer will be no. I don't know why this causes distrust, but that is the reason. I don't want people accidentally deleting or changing the formulas that would then make the journal work incorrectly and possibly cause grave errors within your trading. So that's the reason. Right, so let's get on to the journals. So the first one we're looking at here is the spread betting journal. This will look familiar if you have used the previous versions. Obviously, we've still got the account information up at the top. All you need to do here is enter your starting account. This then continues on in the account balance column. The reason I have made it this way is because if you make any withdrawals or deposits, you can basically just write the new account balance in the column after the deposit or withdrawal without sort of affecting the whole sheet. You literally can just change it in between each trade. Now, if you want this to sort of auto calculate, there's a very simple formula that you can enter in these cells, whereby it takes this value pluses this value to give you this new cell, and then it can do that continuously. So the simple one is sum. You click this cell, then you press plus, then you press this cell, close the brackets, hit enter, and you can see. And if you drag this down, it will do that as you go through. So if I put it's not going to let me do that there, but basically if there was another cell in there, then this one would update, and so on and so on. So that's how you do that if you want to do that. Obviously this is all the same: date, time, long, short, market, entry price. Now this is a weird one. There's a little post-it note here to remind you of this, but if you're going to use the spread betting journal, I need you to enter the price in this specific format for everything else to work. So essentially, if you were trading like the pound dollar, as quoted here, 1.23456 is say the price that you entered at, you would enter this as 12345.6. So basically the point goes just after the last whole pip, if that makes sense. So the 5-digit there represents the last, the single figure pip change number. So the decimal point goes after that. Now that goes for all markets. So obviously a yen trade would look a bit different. You might get in at 123.456, but again, you would still write it 12345.6 because the 5 would still represent that last whole pip change. The 10th of a pip change can go after the point, effectively. Pound per point is obviously your position size when spread betting. This is one of the questions I got asked quite a lot. What is pound per point? What is spread betting? It's the type of account you are trading. This is why we're using a spread betting journal specific to this. If you don't know the differences between those, please go away and find out first before you choose which journal you need to use. But essentially, you just write your position size in this cell, stop loss price and the take profit price, the exit price. Again, please write this in the format that I've spoke about over here. The planned risk to reward will take these two figures into account and give you a planned risk to reward ratio. And then the exit price and trade costs column you enter yourself. So the trade cost is just any cost that you've incurred as a part of taking that trade. It might be holding costs, commissions, whatever that might be. And then the three grey cells here, the percentage of account risk, closed P&L, and account change percentage, will all auto-calculate themselves, so you don't have to do anything here. Using the data you've entered over here, this will auto-calculate. And then to the new stuff, so we've got a column for screenshots, so you can basically write whatever you want to in here, and then once you've done that, you can click that. You can go to insert and then click link. This will bring up a dialog box where you can navigate through your files to where you'll keep your trade screenshots, and then that will create a hyperlink to that. If that is something you want to do, I know not all traders do, but it's nice and easy. Trade notes, this is just a simple column to make notes on the trade. Some people ask for a discipline rating. You can change this to whatever you want. Like I say, you can change these titles and an emotional state of mind notes column. Again, if this is not something that you want to use, you can change this to whatever you want. These columns I haven't really done anything with other than just put them at the end of the log sheet. They're not integrated into the statistics tab or anything like that. If there's any ideas that you have or little features that you'd like to see, please let me know via email and I can look at doing them in the future. And then over to the trade summary tab, not much has changed here, to be honest. There was maybe a couple of little bugs which I think I've now ironed out. This is no longer a drop down menu, you just simply type what year you want to see in there, and that will show you the year. Nothing much else to show there. So that is the spread betting journal. So now over to the lots version. Again, a few changes on here. So again, this is all the same. You can change the currency format by highlighting the cells that need to be changed, clicking the currency tab, and then clicking which currency symbol you would like it to be. Again, you'll need to do all the currency cells to change them all. You have to do them a little bit separately, but once it's done, it's done. Other changes for the lots then, the entry price, unlike the spread betting version, this does not matter at all. Please just enter however you would like to enter this. The journal doesn't actually use this number in any way, shape or form, so this can just look however you would like it to look. The account balance is same as before. The position size is obviously quoted in units, so I've put this here, this example here in case you were struggling, but if you trade say micro lots, it'd be 0.01 lots is 1,000 units. A mini lot is basically 10,000 units, and one lot is obviously 100,000 units. So what you need to do in this cell is just write the amount of units you are trading in, and the journal will work fine. Again, the prices, they don't really matter. As long as you write them in the same format throughout the whole journal, then it should all work fine. But you can choose whatever format you want. So if you want to do it like how it appears on your actual platform, then by all means go for that. Trade cost column stays the same. It's just any costs incurred via by taking the trade, any holding costs or commissions or anything like that. Risk to reward ratio will be self-calculated. You don't need to do anything about that. You do need to enter the closed P&L. This is obviously very easy to find on the trading platform that you'd be using. Just enter the closed P&L as the trade finishes, and then the account change will be automatically calculated for you. And again, these cells at the back here are the same as before. So we've got the screenshot column. Type any word in there you want, click it, go to insert, and then just hit link, and then you can navigate through your files to find where the screenshot is, and it will create a link to that screenshot. The trade notes is just a simple column for notes, discipline rating, one for discipline, rating your discipline, and again, emotional state of mind for any notes you want to make on there. You can change these titles. So he says you will be able to change these titles if you want to. So by all means do that if you want, if you don't want to use them for the original uses that are here. And then as in the previous one, not much has changed here either. You simply just type the year that you want in the white box, and that will auto update. I have managed to get the ratios and everything working for this lots version, which wasn't working in the previous one, so that should all now work. But again, if you come across anything that you don't think is working correctly, please let me know. And that's everything I think for the lots one. And then obviously lastly we've got the shares. I don't think a whole host of stuff has changed in this one. The account information is obviously the same as the other, and if you want to change it, you just go to format cells, currency, and select the currency type that you want. And again, you would have to do that for all the cells that have currency format on them. Other than this is all as before. The entry price is nice and easy, just whatever price you've got in at. Account balance is the same as before, so you can enter this each time if you want to. You need to enter this each time you take a trade, but I've done it this way so that you can allow for any withdrawals or deposits. Number of shares is quite simply the number of shares you've traded, and then everything else I think makes sense. Trade costs is obviously the any costs you've incurred as part of the trade. Any holding costs or commissions. Planned R&R will take the initial trade setup information into account and give you a planned risk to reward. The percentage of account risked will tell you how much of your account you have risked on this particular trade. Closed P&L, again, auto calculates, tells you how much profit or loss you've made, and the account change percentage tells you how much your account has changed by. And as in the two previous versions, these are just general columns for describing any trade information you want. So the screenshot, you can enter a screenshot, just type a word in the cell, hit insert, and then go to link, and you can add a link to a screenshot. Trade notes is just a trade notes column. You can rate your discipline in this one, and again you can any emotional state of mind notes you want to make can go in there, and again you can change the titles if you want to use those columns for something different. All the little post-it notes can be deleted just by clicking and then hitting delete if you don't want them on there. And then on the trade summary page, again, not much has changed. We now type this instead of picking it from a drop down to change the different views on here. Again, all the ratios should now work. If you come across anything that doesn't work, please do let me know. So yeah, that's the 3 different journal types. To download these journal types, all you need to do is go to the Disciplined Trader website. If you haven't already done this, you can enroll, and this is completely free. All you do is create a free account on the website, and then once you are logged in, you can go to all courses. You'll see a free trading journal course. You can click on that. It'll ask you to enroll on it, and then just click the download trading journal button here, and it'll bring you to this page, and you can see the old versions of the journals are currently on here at the moment, but you'll just see the 3 journals on there. Pick whichever one you want, or all 3 if you want them, yeah, they're all yours. Do with them as you please, and like I say, if you come across anything that's not working as you want it to, just let me know and I can have a look at it. But that's it. I really hope you find the journals useful. If you are currently using one of the old journals, I would probably recommend that you just copy and paste the data from your old journal into one of these new ones, just because they'll likely have less bugs, and obviously we've got the extra features in there as well. They should copy over quite easily, so you shouldn't have too much trouble there. But yeah, basically that's it. I hope the journals are useful, and I hope you all have a great 2020, and I'll see you in the next video.